at least maybe I can get started and just do introductions. I could come up with a couple stories, but I don't think they would be quite as meaningful as Ed's. So I just want to say good afternoon, and I'm again honored to be here today with all of you, and want to thank you for joining us for our second virtual native storytelling event. My name is Steve Steiny. I am a program manager here for the National American Indian Alaska Native Technology Transfer Center, funded by SAMHSA. My colleague, Kate Trams, is also on the line, and she will be assisting with technology and helping me monitor the chat box. I'm once again very excited to introduce Edward Edmo, our storyteller for today's event. Mr. Edmo will be facilitating our session.
He's here, Steve.
He's here.
You got him on. Yeah.
All right. Ed is from the Shoshone-Bannock tribe in Portland, Oregon. He's a storyteller, a poet, a short story writer who learned the legends from his father, Edward Edmo Sr. He's told legends to a varied audience from pre-kindergarten to college level. Mr. Edmo will ask people to become actively involved in the storytelling process today by repeating phrases and doing some gestures. Today, I think Mr. Edmo will be sharing some more of his poetry and some additional legends from his vast collection of storytelling knowledge. At the close of our time today, we will be posting a link to our to a short evaluation in the chat box. If you're not able to complete this, we will also make this available via email. We would appreciate your feedback. It only takes a few minutes and allows us to continue funding and providing events like this at no cost. Again, we will be getting in touch with you following today's event with the survey link, and then we will also be saving the conversation from the chat and sharing that with everyone. So please be aware of that when you are writing in the chat box. We will, however, remove any sensitive information from the chat box if necessary. And we currently have you muted, but you can unmute, use the unmute feature at the bottom left portion of your screen. If you have any technical problems too, just please type those in the chat box and we'll try and assist. Our next storytelling event will be held Wednesday, August 19th at 2 p.m. Central. Kate, did I miss anything?
It's in the right.
So with that, I think I want to turn the floor over to Mr. Edward Edmo. We finally got him in. And,
Yeah.
Ed, I'm glad to know you got the password. So it's good to see you again.
Good to be. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear you well.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
I will turn the floor over to you. So it's great to see you again, brother.
Good to be seen. Good to be seen. I'm Ed Edmo. I'm Shoshone-Bannock Nez Yakima, raised about 95 miles east of Portland, Oregon, at a place called Solano Falls. With the cold winter wind was blowing down the Columbia River Gorge from eastern Oregon, I'd be covered with many quilts made by loving hands, by mom, aunties, and grandma. With the crackle of the fire in the wood stove, my father would tell me stories. I thought I was getting stories, and realizing that my culture handed down from generation to generation. Later on, when I have you ask me, help me tell a legend, you guys want to do that? Repeat phrases and do gestures. Okay, want to do that? Yeah, good. In the beginning, my dad told me this legend about Snake. Long time ago, there was a young man named Snake, had arms and legs. Snake liked to run races. Snake liked to climb trees. Snake liked to jump off the cliffs in the sand. If Snake didn't like anything, he would say, if his brother or sister did something for Snake, Snake didn't like it, he would say, After our uncle did something for a snake, snake didn't like it, he would say, mother or father did something for a snake, snake didn't like it, he would say, even if his grandma or grandpa did something for a snake, snake didn't like it, he would say. One day the village went to another village to hunt, trade, and fish. Snake ran the race and lost. He told the other racers, they fixed him something to eat. Could have been a bowl of salmon eyeball soup. If he didn't like it, he told the cooks. They sang him an Indian song. If he didn't like it, he told the singers. They told him a story like I'm telling you, a new and different story. If he didn't like it, he told the storyteller. The people said, what are we going to do about that snake? He makes us ashamed to go visit. You know, when you visit, you sit still, you eat what you're given, you don't act rude. The people said, we hate to take him along. Every time he loses a race, he says, each time he doesn't like, he says, let's do a song he doesn't like, he says, let's do a story he doesn't like, he says, all the time he says, what are we going to do to teach him a lesson? He keeps saying, we hate to take him along. He keeps saying, he makes us so ashamed, he always says. The medicine woman said, I have a plan. That night, she snuck into Coyote's lodge, the snake's lodge. Used her power, made the snake fall into a deep, 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 deep sleep. She took out a knife, cut out Snake's arm, put Indian mitts on him and healed up. Cut up Snake's leg, put Indian mitts on him and healed up. Cut up Snake's other leg, put Indian mitts on him and he healed up. Cut up Snake's other arm, put Indian mitts on him and he healed up. All night, the people of the village, they rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, and sang a magic song. All night they rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, and sang a magic song. Everyone get your hands up. Help me say it, everyone. Get your hands up. All night they rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, and sang a magic song. Everyone all night they rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, and sang a magic song. I can't hear you. All night they rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, and sang a magic song. All night they rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, rolled Snake, and sang a magic song. As the sun was coming up in the east, Snake was long and round. You know how snakes look today? And they threw them down and they slithered away beneath people's feet. Snakes, they remember what people did to them long, long time ago. What do snakes say when they see human beings nowadays? Thank you. We have that story to have respect for each other and don't hiss at people. The way we hiss at people, we use our prestige, our power, our blood quantum, our money, even sobriety. One time I was at a picnic. This woman that was in line. I got more sobriety than you are. You got to get behind me. I said, look, I'm an elder. I got my cane. I used my elder card. So we use that, all kinds of things to hiss at people. So we should not do that. Yeah. Long time ago, there was no Columbia River. Casting Meadows is a great big lake. We leave science that talk about the Missoula flood for Glacier Mill in Missoula, Montana, forming the rivers and lakes in the Northwest. But that's science. I don't know what does Indians say. Coyote took a big stick to the top of the mountain and dug and sang a powerful song. Everybody gets the stick out, help me say it. Coyote took a big stick to the top of the mountain and dug and sang a powerful song. Coyote took a big stick to the top mount and dug and sang a powerful song. Coyote took a big stick to the top mount and dug and sang a powerful song. Coyote took a big stick to the top mount and dug and sang a powerful song. Coyote took a big stick to the top mount and dug and sang a powerful song. And the water broke through from what Indians call Enchuana, means a big river, because the Columbia River is a big river, right? Animal people moved on to the riverbanks to be closer to the water. Coyote was part of himself. He made Enchuana. He was walking down Enchuana to see what he had made. He saw the animal people didn't have that much to eat. Coyote walked clear to the ocean. He saw many salmon swimming in the ocean. He used his power, told the salmon to swim upstream. That's why Coyote made Enchuana. That's why the salmon swim upstream. And that's a Colville legend. Thank you. How did Coyote get all his power? In mid-Columbia, there was a big monster, a water monster named Nashla. And as people were pulling their canoes, she'd knock them over and suck them up with a terrible breath. Animal people were pulling their canoes, Nashla would knock them over and suck them up with a terrible breath. You're eating all the animal people. The great spirit said, Coyote, I want you to kill Nashla. Oh yes, I'll kill Nashla. But see, he was afraid of Nashla because she was so big and mean, and she'd suck you up with her terrible breath. He didn't know what to do, but he knew who knew what to do. His 3 sisters lived in the stomach in the form of huckleberries. Ah, sisters, tell me what to do. No, we're not going to tell you what to do. Every time we tell you what to do, you take all the credit for thinking about yourself. Give us no credit at all. I'll give you credit for thinking about it this time. No, we're not going to tell you what to do. You take all the credit for thinking about it yourself and give us no credit at all for thinking about it. No, I'll give you credit this time. No, we're not going to tell you what to do. You hollered, hail, hail, fall down. They were afraid of hail. And told them to make 7 flint knives. Get his pack, get his firewood, fire starter, go to the place where Nashla lived. Get Nashla to swallow you. Inside the stomach, build a fire. Cut pieces of the heart down. Those animals that are starving will eat. 6 of those nails will break. Last one, heart and fall into the fire. And Nashla will throw you up onto the riverbank and name all the animals. Coyote said, oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I'm only conferring with you to see if you know what to do. He did that, he was told. He made 7 flint knives. Got his backpack. Got his firewood, fire starter. Went to the place where Nashla lived. And tried to get Nashla to swallow him. But she wouldn't swallow him because she knew he was powerful. He got her angry. With a terrible breath, she sucked Nashla from the riverbank. Before he went, he grabbed an armful of dry sagebrush. He built a fire. We're going to escape. He cut pieces of the heart down, roasting it. Those that were starving ate. Cut pieces of the heart down, roasting it. 6 of those knives broke. The last one, heart fell into the fire. Nashla threw up onto the riverbank. Coyote named all the animals. Great Spirit told Coyote, Coyote, come here. Because you killed Nashla, did what I told you to, and I give you a power no one else has. You can change yourself into anything you want. You can change another being into anything you want. Human beings are coming. You have to show them how to make fire. They'll use you to teach children how not to act. You'll act goofy. If there's one hair left on your body, you can bring yourself to life. That's how Coyote got his power. That's the Klickitat legend. Thank you. Indian well like to eat, right? We like to eat. People like to eat. The Klamath legend. One time Coyote was walking down by the river. Crane says, come to my lodge tonight and we'll eat salmon eyeball soup. Coyote goes, yuck, eyeballs. I don't eat eyeballs. Only meat for me and my friends. We eat nothing but meat. Back to the village, Coyote was stuck a fence with the nose, walked by a crane. Early next morning, Coyote running down by the river. Crane says, come by lodge tonight and we'll eat eels. Yuck, eels, I don't look like snakes, swims in water. Definitely meat for me and my friend. Definitely meat. We eat nothing but meat. Back to the Coyote stuck a fence to the nose, walked by a crane. Crane was feeling kind of odd, you know. The next morning, Coyote was running down by the river. Crane says, come to my lodge tonight and we'll eat turtle. Yuck, turtle, I think that stinks like that when you cook it. Only meat for me and my friend. We eat nothing but meat. In fact, we kind of stuck a fence with sticks of nose, walked by a crane. Crane got angry that night and stuck the Coyote's lodge. Used his power. The Coyote fell into a deep sleep, took his knife out, cut a great big piece of Coyote's rump off, took ashes from the fire, put a Coyote healed up, took an ugly piece of meat of his home. Early next morning, Coyote was running down by the river. Crane says, come to my lodge tonight and we'll eat meat. Oh yes, I like to eat meat. He says, come early and invite your friends, we'll talk. Okay. He showed up early to Crane's lodge. Crane was stirring the cooking basket. See along around here, these watertight baskets. Cooked and put hot rocks and grass in the bottom so it wouldn't burn the basket, and we'd boil our meat. Kind of stuck a friend going, oh, that smells good. No, we never smelled that kind of meat before. What kind is that? Crane said, I don't know. It's really tough. Had to cook it a long, long time. They sat down to eat. And that Coyote made a pig of himself. He ate. He ate. He ate. He ate. He ate. Got just tight. You ever eat so much you get tight? They're picking their teeth talking, you know. He says, I got a piece of meat right here. What kind you said that was? Crane said, hi, you ate your own rump. You ate your rump. Coyote stuck a friend and said, ha, he ate his own rump. He ate his rump. Coyote slinked away. That's why you see coyotes, they're always out by themselves. They don't hang around other animals. They remember the day they ate their own rump. So when you go to Indian's house, you're supposed to eat, no matter what. They would take half a stale bread, and pour in half after you eat it, because it's an honor to get offered food when you eat. About 40 years ago, a woman came to the house, told her time to eat. Oh, Mr. Adam, I can't eat. Look, it can bring shame on my house. I had dessert. What I'll do when I go to your house, I'll eat twice. But her, I ate twice, didn't hurt my feelings at all. Thank you. I'm reading my book. West Coast Warrior. West Coast Warrior, 71. Pick yourself up from Burnside Street. The old leader was meant to sleep underneath the bridge. Stuck away from security of L.A. Sunset Boulevard was meant for moccasin-clad feet. Hitchhiked back to the valley, back to where the water used to fall at Slalo. Your time has not come. You must prepare. Watch the wine taste from your mouth. Taste fresh huckleberries. Soon the needle on your marks on your arm will go away. So see your rising morning sun. One day, soon after Christmas, your spirit shall rise, along with those that wounded me. I spent 12 years on streets drinking, selling drugs, and Burnside Cowboy. Burnside used to be the Skid Row in Portland. Burnside Cowboy. He walks this main street. Stetson hat is gone, along with a dream. Bus ticket home is gone. Maybe he'll go, maybe he'll stay. He's not used to the rain. Besides, silver spurs won't rust in the hawk shop. I came to the city and believed I could leap tall buildings in a single bound. I came to the city, Slept in phone booths because I didn't have a place to stay. I came to the city and believed I could leap. Grandfather storyteller, I signed the rights over to this poem to the Santa Clara Pueblo to build a senior center that put on the poster with Pablito Velarde, the famous Southwest artist, poem on the poster. And we have to feed me. I raise money for your center. I get a free dinner out of it. Grandfather storyteller, I come to you with thirsty ears. Grandfather storyteller, weaving words, ancient strength. Words colored with ageless time. Words covered on welcome wind. Words flowing river of purity. Grandfather storyteller, I come to you wisdom. Wisdom that not yours alone. Wisdom you share. Wisdom I shall pass to the children. There's been something. Sometimes it's a song, sometimes a whisper. Other times, weeping, I hear it. Been something that had disappeared from my Mother Earth. I'm not sure what it was. Sometimes at night, I can hear it in the wind, or it comes to me in my dreams, like the smell of salmon cooking. Salala Booze. I was right at Salala Falls. They built a dam in 1957 and flooded us out. I saw the water come up. Really hurt my heart hard. Salala Blues. He came, automaton, atomic government man, with briefcase in hand. Wire rimmed glasses that hung from his nose. His whining voice came out in a never-ending groan, promising promises again and again. Deafened ears that have paid not to hear. Mouthing words of pre-recorded briefing sessions behind armed guards. Again we drowned. Salala fishermen. You made your nets and tested the knots, seeing that they held. Little did you know what was to hold you after the sound of water falling over what used to be. Scraps of paper. When you and your parents gone to a fight at the end of the world, scraps of paper. It smelled like dried ink. I pulled open dusty old blue shoebox in the attic. Found folded protected pages of the past, spilled with tear-rusty words. Mom said for the kids I'll stay. Dad threatened to go to Idaho. Mom writes on back envelope, go. Dad writes, for the kids I'll stay. I remember missing your older brother carrying a future on scraps of paper. Somewhere I cried. This film was published in New Zealand in '83. The collection called A Nation Within. In 1997, featured on Poetry in Motion on the TriMet buses and maxes. It's at Stone, Oregon State University at Valley Library. Look at the main door to the right of the door. There's a long little bench and there's poems in granite. You know what I like about that? I didn't have to die first. West poets have poetry grant older than white guys, not Indians or women. Indian education blues. I sit in the crowded classrooms and learn how to read about Dick, Jane, and Spot. I remember how to get a deer. I remember how to beadwork. I remember how to fish. I remember the stories told by the old, but Spot keeps showing up. My report card is bad. Long time ago, the birds were bumping into each other, flying around. I'll call a meeting of all the birds. On behalf of all bird kind, I want to thank you. We have a problem. We do not have a leader. Does any bird have an idea on how we should choose our leader? Tiny bird waved his wing way in the back. I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. Let's say, who is the wisest will be our leader. Owl said, who is wiser than me? That one worked. Another tiny bird raised his arm, the wing way in the back. I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. Let's see who flies the highest. Hawk and eagle were chosen. Owl said, in 5 days we'll come back, decide who our leader should be. Some with Hawk believed Hawk would win. Some with Eagle believed Eagle would win. They practiced. They trained. Maybe they went on a diet. I can't imagine being a bird on a diet. Maybe they dieted. 5 days they came back. Owl said, on behalf of all birdkind, I'm going to thank you for an important meeting today. We choose a leader. Hawk fly first. Hawk flew up on strong hawk wings. Up he flew, higher and higher. And tiny bird said, look, he's nothing but a dot. Came back, landed. Eagle's turn. Eagle flew up with strong eagle wings. Up he flew, higher and higher. He flew way up there. And the bird said, look, he's nothing but a dot. And the dot disappeared. Eagle came and landed. That's when Eagle became leader of all the birds. That's the Klamath legend. If you go to Portland Airport, go to the main terminal, get an elevator, push T for tunnel, and walk away from the airport. I'm in a mural with me in a mural, me, my eagle puppet, and my derby hat. You can see me. I'm in a mural. Thank you. You know, a long time ago, a bear had no tail. A different one had a long tail. Bear was part of his tail. It was bear during the winter time. They hibernate, they sleep. They sleep in the winter time, right? In their den. The bear got lazy. People get lazy once in a while. Bear got lazy. Then when they get ready for winter, began to snow. Snow more. Snow thick. The snow got deeper. The bear got hungry. I'm gonna go eat berries. Bear walked to the berry field. There are no berries on the vine. He's thinking. You got a smart bear who can think. I'm gonna go eat little animals. Walked with animals just to run around and play. There are no footprints in the snow. He's thinking, what am I gonna do? I'll go to the river, lake and catch fish. Walked over to the lake. The lake was covered with ice. They walked on ice. He saw the fish swimming through the ice. I'm going to catch those fish. Knock the hole in the ice. I know what I'll do. I'll stick my long tail in the water. When the fish by my tail, I'll stand up quick. Took a clean water, stood up quick. Put your hand in cold water in the winter time. It's cold, isn't it? That's why we call it cold water. Took a clean water, stood up quick. Stood up. And when Silly Bear sat there. The silly bear sat. Fox came over the hill, got the fox warriors. They started shooting arrows at bear. Bear couldn't move. One came really close. Got him hitting forward. Oh, my tail. I lost my tail. Oh, no. I lost my... It must have been ice. I waited for the fox to go back. Fox went back to the lodges. Bear walked on the ice. Try as hard as he could. He could never get his tail on the ice. That's why bears have a short tail. That's the Iroquois legend. Thank you very much.
Ed, can we take a short pause
Yeah.
and maybe take some questions or comments from
Okay, yeah, good. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Comments or thoughts? I'm looking.
I can't hear you.
12:35.
Okay.
comments or thoughts from the audience about what Ed's been sharing so far?
Sandave, Dogo, it's Yvonne.
Where you from?
I'm your niece. I'm your niece.
Oh,
Joe,
okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
Good to see you. Your stories really, really, yeah, brought back some good memories.
Oh, good, yeah. Yeah.
Especially the Burnside one.
Oh, yeah.
Reminded me of all the, growing up over there in Portland for a little bit. But I was wondering, I had a question.
Okay.
Are there certain stories, are you telling these stories right now because of the season?
No, Steve contacted me. American Drug Cops to set this up.
Yeah.
He and Steve met in Northern California last year. And Steve emailed me. So it was my chance to share my culture.
So are the stories, do you tell them at a certain time of the year?
Traditionally, I do, but since the time of teaching, I make an excuse saying since people are willing to learn, I do it.
Oh,
But traditionally, children let only told during the winter time. At the time, children were in the lodge a long time. For children learn how to make clothes, make tools, learn how to cook, learn how to listen to legends, to teach lessons of life. So that's a traditional time that we were told. But since we're willing to learn, I do it now. Thank you for the question. It's a good one. Good.
Thank you, Yvonne. It's good to have you on. Ed wasn't almost going to claim you as his niece there. I saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other questions or thoughts or maybe feelings that the stories evoke in you? I have a question, Ed, that's come through on the chat. It says, are there stories used to help people heal or grieve?
Heal or grieve. There's certain ceremonies that people do. I'm letting my hair grow. My sister died last year, and I cut my hair, and I don't, in honor of her, I put sacred fire. I don't power dance or sing, and power sing for a calendar year in honor of her. I do that myself because in honor of the person that died. And I don't power sing or power dance for a calendar year in honor of her. I was starting to lose these ways, Important to keep these ways up. We're in a group here in Portland, had elders would meet, talk about the values that we had, like this elder died a couple of weeks ago, and a hawk came into the backyard and talked about how when I was a child, a bird would fly into the house. Mom, aunties, and grandma, they'd get really upset. They have to make the bird fly out the same way it came in. If not, someone would die. These things are being lost. The traditional beliefs are being lost. That's why this is important to keep things up like this. To do it on Zoom, to do it. I'd rather do it in person, But since we can't be together, I'm doing it on Zoom. It's adapting. We've always adapted. That's the way that we survive. We adapt to different things. I don't tell stories in my language. That whip in government school was speaking this language. He never taught me, so I used English. So things change, So that's the way we have to adapt. That's why we're so resilient. We adapt. We're adapters.
Thank you, Ed. There's another question I've noticed in the chat. It says here, can you provide any examples of how the stories have been used in the community in approaches to improve health?
There's a book put out by NARA. I'm pre-diabetic. The NARA Native American Rehabilitation Association. That's a book that has diet and stuff, but they use like cartoons in it for children. And we've done that for the pre-diabetes program. And we, like I said, it's adaptable, you know. We get things out like in print. We use our culture. What I do is I adapt legends for the theater, puppet theater. 97, I adapted Bridge of the Gods legend, the Tears of Joy puppet theater, the National Endowment for the Arts grant. Years later, adapted Alaska legends, and so I adapt legends for the theater. They're adaptable for theater. I like to use them. When I teach, I go into a school. In middle school, I have them do what legend as drama. I call the class legend as drama, because the legends, they're intertwined. The plot lines really intertwined, and you can make a good play out of it. So I like doing that. It's really adaptable.
Thank you, Ed. Other thoughts or questions, feelings, or
How
memories?
many people do I have on that call?
Just about 100 on the call.
Oh wow, that's number 97. Hey, 3 more. Yeah, good.
I think we're at 90. We're at 96 now, so we're right
96.
about at that spot.
Good. Yeah, great.
I had a question to ask, and this is my question. So I know that you're recounting stories that you heard from your grandfather, from your father, from your aunties, from your family members, but are you allowed to create new stories to be applicable to this time? And if you are, do you find it difficult or easy to do?
What I do when I teach, I do a class on how to write a legend. I have the animal from North America. I have them get in a series of situations. I have a supernatural power help the animal out. Then the students write their own legend. They make it up. So I do that when I'm teaching. You know, I don't tell legends I don't make up legends. I tell them the way I heard them. They're passed down from generation to generation. It's an oral tradition. As the poets call it, oral tradition passing on. Our daughter knows the legends. Our granddaughter is learning the legend. My grandson's beginning to learn the legend. He's curious. I'm going to be teaching him. There's a program at the University of Oregon, a folk lab program, get money to train him. So there's deadlines and stuff, but people will pay us to learn and do things like that. Because no one paid us when I was a kid. No one paid Dad. I just learned and listened and learned. So nowadays people got grants and stuff. I work with the Vision of the Elders. Every year we put on the big storytelling festival. The place to get on stage. I start from the Northwest, traditional storytellers get together. It's really, we have fun together, you know. People really enjoy it because, you know, your grandchildren say, tell me a story, Grandma, Grandpa. And tell them about Darth Vader or SpongeBob SquarePants. What are you going to tell them, you know? You have to tell them something that's our culture.
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
Other thoughts or questions? We have about 15 minutes. I know Ed may have. I'm sure Ed may have a couple other stories.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Some things he may want to share, but just wanted to keep the floor open in case anyone else had a question.
Uncle, I had another.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can share this on here, or is there a story you know about creation story?
Oh, yeah. I do creation, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got them. Oh, one. I got a puppet that can do it, yeah. good. I can do that Shoshone Meditation. I do that one. Yeah. My storytelling took me around the world. In 1986, got a call from Ken Kesey, wrote One of the Cuckoo's Nest. Good old guy Riley, he needed a storyteller. He sent me the script, and the woman copied a Latin legend from anthropologist journals, really still in English, I learned them like that. Went down to Eugene. Well, the student, how do you say it? So I said the way I learned it. And I said, how do you say it? So I said the way I said it. And I worked into a job called Children of the Raven. I was the narrator. Went to Southwest Torrey, Tucson, Montana. In 95, went to Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, Jordan, Syria, Tunisia. I listened to the news different because I had been in those places. So the world tour, my storytelling took me around the world. It was quite an honor to do that. They call us Red Indians in India. They're Indian Indians, right? We're Red Indians. Because Columbus was lost looking for India. We're glad he wasn't looking for Turkey. They'd call us turkeys. Yeah. Any more comments?
My name's Eli, and I do have a comment. I just wanted to say thank you. I had the opportunity when I was incarcerated at Oregon State Penitentiary back in 2010 or 11, and you came into the club, to the Lakota Club, and you shared your stories with us. And it was a really significant event in my life because it was when I began my spiritual journey, and it really influenced and inspired me to really turn myself around and to figure out what I could do to kind of facilitate healing for our people. And so I just, thank you, Miigwech, in my language, for that, for coming in and having that opportunity. It was really important for the brothers there that were incarcerated. Yeah.
I'm an ex-con. In 1965, I burglarized a church. I was drunk and high. Wanted paper to write, so to rock through the glass window, unlocked the door, went in, and got notebooks and paper, and hit the Kotex machine, hit the pop machine, got some change, and cops and guns. They had 15 months and 20 days. Hard time, didn't go back, Now I work the Red Lodge. I'm on the board of directors. I go to the penitentiary in Oregon. I do sweats for the men. I do classes for the women. And I worked with the ex-con. I know how it feels to be in there, to be in the hole, To Christmas, get a bag of candy from the priest. That's it, No birthday party, no Christmas party, or anything. I know how it feels to do that, So I worked with the men and women inside the penitentiary. 82, I used to sweat with the men, OSP. And the guards would say they could tell the difference between the men that sweat and those that don't. The mental attitude's different. I'd go teach a class. There'd be men in the smoking room. That's where you could smoke inside. And the room would be locked. So the sergeant unlock the room, let the men in, let us in teach the class. Oh, I gotta get authorization to sign this paper. Look, you got the key in your belt. Turn the key and unlock the door and let us in. Then you can sign the papers. It's against policy. They play those funny games to discourage us, So, gotta expect that, They don't want us in there. I do classes for the women. In 1984, I did the Pot Indian Parenting Notebook for the Indian Child Welfare Association here in Portland, how to become good parents, use traditional values in raising children. So I do that. Thank you for making me think. Yeah.
I appreciate everyone's comments. Ed, you've got a little time. If you'd like to share some more, we'd love to listen. Thank you.
I told this legend, I'm a survivor of incest. I was a victim for many years. but I changed it around through my recovery meetings, through counseling, through sweat lodges, through traditional ways of working with abuse. Long time ago, people had fire. There was no sun and moon. There was darkness. One time, wind came through the camp, blew out the lodge, blew out the oil lamps. Man jumped on the woman, had a way with her, held a hand on her mouth so she couldn't scream out. He was mean with her. The other time, wind came through, blew out all the oil lamps, and he jumped on her again, held it. He was more rough with her, more mean with her. Happened again. She was puzzled, really hurt. She told her mom. Her mom, being wise, said, "Put your hands in the ashes. When he jumps on you, rub his back. And by firelight, you can look for the one that has ashes on his back. That's the one who did that." She did as she was told. Maybe that's when women listen to their mothers. I know, but put ashes in the hands in the ashes. Sure enough, he jumped on her, held the hand over her mouth, and had his way with her. She rubbed his back. They were eating. She saw different people's back. It was her brother. She got angry, cut her breast. "Sure, you like it when you're mounted me." Threw him at him. She grabbed a piece of wood, fire on it. She grabbed a piece of wood, started running through camp. She was chasing him angry. He was running backwards. He fell, and his stick almost went out in the snow. They ran up by the mountain and jumped up into the sky. They saw him running. She's chasing him angry. They changed it to the sun and moon. That's why when the sun and moon are at the height of their flight, they will never share the same sky. That's why you should never treat your relative like that. That's a traditional way of how we should not practice incest. We didn't have that until Europeans got here. We didn't have things like that. We're honored in a way with things like that. So that's a teaching legend. Thank you. We have ways of doing things, traditional ways. Part of Indian parenting, teasing. One time our daughter was 6 years old. Went up to Washington, and we're going to go campfire on the beach. And she disappeared. We're looking for her. She went with the older kids. And me and my wife decided to shun her. So I'm flying a kite. She came up, and I'm really being rude. I wouldn't even recognize her. Turned my back on her. She went over the hill, and head popped up. And we're cooking hot dogs. So I put mustard on hot dog. Told the kid, take her some Kool-Aid because she don't like mustard. But we fed her anyhow. Then she came back. I know I should have told you, Dad. I said, yeah, you should have told us. Only shunned her like only 2-3 hours. In her little mind, we shunned her half a day. But the traditional styles of parenting really worked. Her family lived here in Portland, and the grandpa and grandma lived not too far from us. Kid would come from Beaverton, and grandpa would tease me and go, "Well, grandpa don't love us." They didn't understand the type of teasing, the type of parenting that the grandparents used when they were raised. They didn't understand that. They're modern kids. One woman came from Beaverton area, Hillsboro, went to Nara, and they found a young woman, dark skin, brown eyes, long hair. They started teasing her. She acted like a white kid, and she didn't understand that they were accepting her. So people understand these cultural things that people do. Difficult to get around these things. Misunderstanding. Yeah. Any more questions?
Culture. Chauvin culture.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. Long time ago, there was no Great Spirit called his sons against it. I want to dive underneath the water and see what you can find. There was Otter, the playful animal. Yeah, okay, now. Otter, the playful animal, Muskrat, the handsome animal, Beaver, the wise animal. The great spirit called his sons together and said, I want you to dive down underneath the water and see what you can find. Otter said, let me go down. You know, otters are playful animals. They make slides in the river. They can even swim on their back, eat at the same time. Oh, I wish I could do that. Otter took a deep breath and dove down. Right to water people that go like that, everyone. We call them fish. Otter stopped and played tag with the fish for a long time. Otter ran out of breath and came back up. The great spirit said, what did you find on there? Otter said, oh, find water people. And they go like that. Muskrat said, let me go down. Muskrat was good looking. He was handsome. He was very good looking. He was skinny too. That muskrat knew he was good looking and skinny. Muskrat took a deep breath and dove down. He went among the water people that swam like that. But the cute water girl winked at him. He stopped and talked with her. It made him feel good to talk with her. He fell in love with her. Muskrat ran out of breath and came back up. The great spirit said, what did you find on there? Muskrat goes, I find a cute water girl. She wants me to come back and meet her parents and get married. Beaver swam in a great big circle thinking, if this is as deep, as big around as I can swim, it's pretty deep. Let me go down farther. His brother laughed and look at you, you're fat. Your tail flat, your nose is pushed against your face. Made Beaver feel bad about himself. She's wrong to make fun of his someone looks. Beaver took a deep breath and dove down. Went past the water people that swam like that. He went past all the cute water girls that winked at him. When he climbed to the bottom, hit his nose on the bottom, came up, and didn't even know they had a ball of mud. The great spirit said, that's good. Took the mud in his huge hands, rolled the mud together, sang a song and blew on it. Rolled the mud together, sang a song and blew on it. Rolled the mud together, sang a song and blew on it. Rolled the mud together, sang a song and blew on it. Rolled the mud together, sang a song and blew on it. Got as big around as the world today. The great spirit put in mountains, trees, plants, insects, animals, and made rivers and lakes. Latin created people like you and I. That's the creation legend of the Shoshone Bandit tribe. My tribe. Thank you. That's what you wanted to hear, Yvonne?
Yeah, I'm just tickled because I remember Grandpa telling us that story all the time, and I haven't heard it in a long time. So,
where do you live?
I live in Oakland now.
Oakland, okay, yeah.
We're looking at moving back to Fort Hall.
Pardon?
We're looking at moving back to Fort Hall.
Yeah, I just got a phone with Lee this morning. Your Auntie Lee. Yeah. My niece. Good. Any more questions? Hey, can you put my website up, Steve? In the chat. I want me to do that.
Yeah, let me see if I can put that up there real quick.
Yeah. Let's see if I can put it up.
Just gotta locate it here.
I did it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Here, I got it. I just got it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, Kate got it up there. Thank you, Kate.
Okay. I put my phone number for you on. Call me, niece. Okay. Good.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you for listening, everyone. Yeah, thank you.
Would you like to? Should we close out with a prayer or blessing?
Yes. This is a Nootka chant to bring fair weather. You whose day it is, get out your rainbow colors so that it may be beautiful. You whose day it is, get out your rainbow colors so that it may be beautiful. You whose day it is, get out your rainbow colors so that it may be beautiful. You whose day it is, get your rainbow colors so that it may be beautiful. Thank you for listening, everyone. And you got my contact information, Yvonne. Get a hold of me. Bye.
Hey, thanks again, everyone. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. And if you have a chance to fill out the survey, we appreciate that. Thanks again to Ed and all of those that stayed and listened. And your comments were all appreciated. Thank you. Stay safe and healthy. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks.